Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do a comparison between these two Nespresso machines. On the left, I got the Nespresso Vertuo Lattissima made by DeLonghi. It's $500. On the right, this is the $165 combination Nespresso machine and milk frother. This is the VertuoPlus machine made by DeLonghi. So both of these machines take Nespresso Vertuo pod. Now the machine is going to determine what to run through this. You've got coffee pods, you've got espresso pods. You can see how they're different sizes. This has more coffee in it. Now they'll say on the top of them, like this will run 7 points. This is like an 8-ounce coffee. Then the smaller ones, this is a 1.35 ounce. This is like a single shot. You can see it's smaller. And the machine determines exactly how much water to run through here by using this barcode. So this one's got a built-in milk frother. I've got a cappuccino and a latte button, and I also can make a coffee. Very easy to operate. This one is a powered. You're going to press the button. It's going to operate that up. That's where the pods are going to go. You can see they're just about the same. And you're simply going to place the pod in there. On this one, I simply just hit the button. It pierces the top and the bottom. This one, I got to press down and rotate that. So on this one, I'm simply going to press this button for a coffee, and I'm going to do a coffee on this one. If I was going to do a latte or cappuccino, I would press these buttons, which I'm going to do next. But first, we're just going to do a coffee. This is going to be a standard 8-ounce coffee. I've had the coffee out of both machines. They both taste identical, and they both have the same temperature. And they're both going to finish up in about a minute. They're both spinning the pod to make the coffee. What it does is it pierces a hole in the middle, injects the hot water, and pierces a hole on the side, spins it, and the coffee comes in around the outside. It doesn't do anything to the bottom. All right, we're finishing up. This one over here is finished first. All right, both of them are done. Again, I can't drink the coffee black. I do have to add creamer and sugar, but I have noticed they make the exact same coffee. Over here, we're gonna rotate this. It's gonna eject the pod here. We'll lift that up, and it ejects the pod. Okay, now let's make a cappuccino. I'm gonna use an espresso shot in both of them. So we put the pod in, close it, close it. Now this one has a frother that is separate. You plug it in separate, has its own base. Now it holds 4 ounces. If we want to do a cappuccino or a latte, it only holds 4 ounces of milk. We can do warm milk, but that's up to 8 ounces if we take the whisk off. This is very easy to clean. When you do clean it, make sure you don't get any water down here. That's where the electricity goes into it. Okay, for this one, I've got to add my own milk, so I'm going to add the 4 ounces. Over here, I have filled this up with milk. It's going to do it automatically. What's nice about this frother is I can froth it cold or hot. I'm simply going to press it one time. It turns red, and it's frothing it and heating it. If I hold it for 3 seconds, it's going to froth it only and not heat it, which that makes a really nice iced coffee. This one, it only froths it hot. Okay, on the Lattissima, I got this in the milk. I'm going to press the cappuccino button. I've got my pod in. Again, if I'm doing coffee, I press this button, but if I want cappuccino or lattes, I got to press this button. It does everything automatically. It first spins the pod to see what type of pod you've got, so that it knows exactly how much milk to run for that type of pod. So on a cappuccino, it's going to run the coffee first, or the espresso shot, then it's going to do the milk. So let's go ahead and start this one. This one I have to press the coffee button because it's just going to spin that pod and realize it's an espresso shot. All right, this one's running. Now this one's heating up the steam so that it can start making the froth in the milk. It's going to start here real quick. All right, here comes this. This frother is done. The milk is nice and hot and it's got foam. So now we can add it to this over here. Now I waited just a little bit too long. If you wait, the milk does kind of stick to the sides. I could have got more out. All right, both of them are done. This one ran the milk and the espresso shot. And here's what this one did. Now I do have to add a little bit of syrup to both of them. A little bit of French vanilla, just a couple pumps. Okay, so let's stir that in. Let's give these a taste. That's a nice hot cappuccino. That's a nice hot cappuccino. I do prefer the taste of this one a little bit better. Okay, now I'm gonna make a different drink in each one. This one on the right makes a great iced coffee. I got my milk in here and we're gonna froth it cold, then we're gonna do an espresso shot. Over here, this makes a great latte. Now what's nice, I can use a coffee pod even for a latte. So let's put it in. Over here, now I'm gonna use an espresso shot. I think my iced coffees taste really good with a single shot. Press the button. Let's froth the milk cold first. I'm gonna hold this button until it turns blue, about 3 seconds. Okay, it's blue. Frothing it, but not heating it. I got my tumbler full of ice. We're gonna put the ice in and then we're gonna brew. Over here, I got this on milk. I'm gonna press the latte button. You can see it's gonna brew the milk first. You can see by the picture, then the coffee. Cappuccino, coffee, then the latte. So all you do is press that button. It does it all for you. This is where I think this coffee maker shines really well, making these bigger lattes with coffee pods. And it does a good job frothing the milk. It's just it can only froth it cold or hot. I love being able to do a cold. And this takes just less than a minute. It just shuts off. Again, this is all automatic. Runs the froth, then it runs the coffee. Not done yet. The blue light just goes out when it's done. All right, it's done. I love how rich and creamy it makes the milk. Now we stick it here and we do our espresso shot. This is where I think both of these shine. That latte tastes delicious. This iced coffee tastes really good. And again, I always have to add a little bit of syrup to both of them. You can see it made quite a bit more steamed milk because it knows it has a coffee pot. Now, even though it's got a coffee pot in there, it's only gonna run about 3 ounces through it. If we were doing a coffee, it would run the full 8 ounces, but it knows it's doing a latte. All right, this one's finishing up. We'll go ahead and add our syrup. About 4 pumps, 2 tablespoons. And you can see it's gonna separate here in a minute. We got our hot milk, espresso, foam. Same with over here, cold milk, espresso, foam. All right, this is all done. I like to take that and just give that a good stir. This tastes really, really good. And same with over here. This one's all done. You can see it's really quick. I got my syrup in there already. Let's give it a stir. Okay, let's give them both a taste. This is a hot drink, so be careful. That tastes really good. Now let's give the iced coffee a taste. That tastes really good. I'm really liking iced coffee now. That is a really, really good drink. So with this one, you got to kind of know the pods a little bit more as far as when you press the buttons, knowing exactly how much you're going to get out. Over here, you're in complete control. You can do the espresso shot, the coffee shot. It's always going to run whatever the pod is, and then you're in control of the milk. It's a little bit smaller quantity of milk it's going to make, but at least you're in control of it. Easy cleanup. They're both very fast. You're in control of it there. I think this takes a little bit of work dialing this in as far as figuring out what pod you're using for your size of drinks, because depending on if you use a coffee pod, espresso pod, all of that matters about how much milk it's going to run. I do like being able to take, at the end of the night, you can do a clean, there's a rinse button up here. Let's do that real quick. So it will run some steam through there, the wand to kind of help clean it. And then we can take this off and put this in the refrigerator. That's nice and convenient. This is very convenient. When it's all dialed in, you're gonna be ready to go. Here, a little bit more work, but you know, a lot less money. And again, now that I got that rinsed, I can just take this and put this in the refrigerator. As we can see, this machine is quite a bit bigger. This one has a smaller footprint. They both have a container that you're gonna have the pods in. Same with over here, you got a container. This is where all the pods are. Now this, interestingly enough, this tank has two inputs. This has a coffee side and a steam side. You know, even though this is one machine, it kind of acts like it's two. Here, I can move this water tank from side to side. It kind of rotates. Be sure and check out my Just a Dad Videos group page on Facebook. After I'm done with these coffee makers, I do my free giveaways on here. I'll put links to both of these, but again, that's a really expensive one. If you could, underneath the video, give it a thumbs up. That really does help out my YouTube channel. I really appreciate everybody's support. If you would like to see one of these compared to a different Nespresso machine, let me know in the comments down below. Again, I really appreciate everybody's support. If you could, please like and subscribe.